So yes, we have another What Is Your Story in a moment. But before we do that, once again, if you would like to come down with us to Karratha, we have, I think, about 3 bus seats in the bus, something like that, 3 or 4 spaces if you want to be a part of that. So fantastic. Have you had a good week? Good. You ready to catch something of the Spirit of God this morning? I mean, just some of that singing, some of those words, thanks guys, you've all done a fantastic job, but we're going to sort of pick up from where we left off last week, because last week, I can barely see some of you out there in the darkness because of these bright lights that are in my eyes. And so last week I wasn't quite sure whether the subject of the story was actually in the congregation, Danielle. And so when I got to the end, I was like, Danielle, are you here? No, she wasn't. Well, I'd missed because of my Wi-Fi. I don't know, I'd done something wrong, but I'd missed her message saying I can't be there. So I'm going to get Danielle to come up now, and we're going to finish off the reveal of her story. If you want to see what her story, powerful, let's just welcome Danielle. A powerful story from last week is on Facebook Live and all that. But Danielle, come and stand over this side with me. See what I mean? Yeah. So, where were you last week?
In hospital.
And why?
I have a clot that stems from the top to the very bottom of my lung and a lesion on my liver.
Yeah, and so if you weren't here, the story is that there was some hospitalisation and a dramatic hospital story. And this is the reason that she wasn't here after the telling of that story was because of the ongoing nature of the story. So we're glad to see that you're out and you're okay. So now, what were some of the things that, out of your story, what were some of the things that really, stood out for you? What God moments have you had throughout all of that? Now, you watched that story from your hospital bed, right? So, okay, so she heard me saying, Danielle, are you here? But you also heard me say, hey, we love you.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Tell us something about that.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. This is really strange. For me, it was wow, okay. It was really hard for me to actually hear it back, even though it's your story. I guess it was intimidating writing it, first of all, but it's still very raw. It's still kind of unfolding. A lot of the stories that we've heard, I guess, are more past tense, where my past tense was a lot casual compared to everyone else's. But obviously, I've been challenged over the last 18 months. So I guess there's a blessing in everything, though, because I certainly wouldn't be here if I hadn't been through the last 18 months. I've been told twice in the last 6 months that there is someone looking over me. Praise be, because there's been 2 near misses that I've had that have ended up in hospitalisation, and for that I praise the Lord. So you could call it bad luck, but for me I think I'm blessed to be here.
Wow. Yeah. And I ran into your mum down the shopping centre just during this week, and Danielle's mum just happened to be coming over to look after kids and whatnot. And I've known her for years. I've been here for years, and she was here previously. And we caught up, and I just said, how's she going? Yes, she's good. She's out of hospital now. And she said to me, somebody is definitely looking after her. And she looks up to heaven. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is inroads. This is step by step. This is how people... And if you're watching online, hey, we love you too. She probably is, right? Okay, all right. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I don't know. I've gone blank.
You've gone... that was great. And just thank you for your story. It really is powerful. And what I really liked about Danielle's story was that it's very current. As you said, some of the stories have been in the past. This one is very current, and it was just proven how current it was by the fact that she couldn't even be here last Sunday. So here she is. Let's just thank Danielle as she takes a seat.